So now we are open to question. I think slides are ended. Let's hop on to question. I can see a lot of 68 questions so far piled up. Let's take them. Manav, can you help me reading them? Yeah, there are
Sure.
plenty of questions.
Okay. So let me scroll up a bit. One second. So yeah, I will really. Right. There is a discussion going on about like if the Google AR lenses were failure or not.
Hmm.
If you want to share your opinion on that.
Yeah. So Google released AR lenses called Google Lens. Okay, so this was a very early product, and it was nothing but basically a camera which you wear on your eyes, and it basically give you a basic notification kind of features as well, like phone notification. You can see whatever your message or is there or something, if you're getting a call or something on your uh, glasses, right? It was nothing like augmented reality or advanced augmented reality what we have right now. So why the reason they failed is basically was a very simple problem. Even in the Google Glass 2, they fixed the problem as well. The problem was, if you are recording from that camera, there was no indication that you are recording. So people were afraid that they are being watched or they are being recorded in public. So whenever you wear that glass in public, a lot of malls, a lot of clubs ban those glasses because they don't want that somebody shoot without permission, right? So that was a failure reason of that. They fixed the problem in the next one as well. So yeah, uh, like the product. I interviewed a doctor who did a cancer surgery, open heart cancer surgery or something like that, in a Google Lens. So he is Dr. Shafi Ahmed, and he is the forefront of virtual reality in healthcare. And he did a lot of cool stuff. I interviewed him on my channel, so you guys must check out that as well. So podcast is full with educational content about virtual reality. You can fulfill whatever the kind of curiosity you have about virtual reality. Any other questions? So I can see there is. I would love to appreciate if someone would send link of this recorded session. Okay, so I'm not
Yeah.
recording this session, but if Clenify is recording it, they will send it.
Mhm. Yep. That will be uploaded on Cleanify's YouTube channel. You
Oh,
can keep an eye
awesome.
there. So another question is, are there any courses on these technologies?
Yeah, so the one I designed, I loved that most. And the reason why I loved my own course rather than other courses, I find a problem with other courses that it's very SDK heavy. SDK is software development kit. So the problem with being SDK heavy is basically the SDK get outdated in every 6 months. So it's since it's a evolving technology in every 6 months, the way you integrate an SDK, the way you build your product is being changing a lot. Even in UX design, there are a lot of changes being there. What I did is basically I build my starting point, my master class around the concepts which can stay like 15 years for sure. Okay, so if you get yourself trained on those concepts, that's going to be more relevant for longer time rather than SDK. So you get one SDK, but there's an update now. You have to start from scratch. uh, but that is not the case with the content I provided. So there are 7 episodes. In the four episodes, I'm talking about technologies and how the mindset you should have to build something like that, how to start exactly. 4 घंटे मैंने for 4 days I've been talking same way about these concepts. Then what I did, then I covered 3 SDKs as well. So in the rest of the 3 days, I covered these SDKs as well, which covers your very practical needs of building stuff. So I covered a virtual reality game, which is the most popular virtual reality game, Beat Saber. I covered then a solar system, which is again a very useful and very common virtual reality use case, augmented reality use case. I built a augmented reality solar system. And then in the third one, I build taught to build Instagram filters. So all this is there in the exam masterclass. It's completely free, and you can basically take advantage. It's in English, so it's not going to you guys are not going to have any problem with that. Though there is some audio issues, like my voice, for some reason my mic was voice is totally clear, but it's up pitched. Okay, so you guys might be hearing a weird voice, but it's understood. You can clearly understand it. Okay. So any other question? It's a mic issue.
So another question is a roadmap for learning these technologies, and
Yeah, yeah,
what was your journey?
yeah. So uh, talking about the roadmap, I exactly told that in the session. So there is yeah, in the 7 days I talked about everything. So including what kind of mindset and everything. So everything is there in the that series. Okay. So you guys can learn from that for sure. Okay, so talking about my journey, so I started as a game developer. I started as an iOS developer. So I used to code for iPhone and Mac OS in Objective C. Then I discovered that I got some projects in my company which were related to the place I was working. That was not my company that time. I was employed there. So I figured out some game requirements I have to deal with. So I built some games, 2D games. The platform were Coco 2D at that time. Then I did C++ Coco 2D. Then I came to know about Unity, and there the 3D journey started. I then later I had to work on a AAA game at a company called Logic Simplified. There I learned how to do bigger games and how to build scalable models for virtual reality and augmented reality. There it started. Then I started did my research with virtual reality as well as medical imaging. Then finally, I'm running two companies in oriented around virtual reality. So that is somehow the journey.
Mm, that's interesting. Uh, Another question is how far we are to actually have something like Oasis. Is someone actually working towards it?
If someone actually working towards it, what is the question?
How far we are to actually have something like Oasis? Is
Oasis.
someone actually work?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we are not very too far. So right now we have OSs with bad graphics, with too niche graphics. You can say, I won't say bad graphics because it is a style art style of graphics. So if you look at, I'll tell you three platforms. One is VR chat, which is the closest one to Oasis. In fact, you can now. It's a very recent news. I had to cover that in XR news, but I'm revealing it right now. So now VR chat also support OSS characters. So you can by default have OSS characters in VR chat. So they are leaning towards OSS. Another platform which is there is AltSpace VR, and AltSpace VR is basically known for events. So Pitbull did an event in AltSpace VR. So real events where you pay real money and you enjoy with real people is are already there in virtual reality. So Alspace VR is second platform, and the third one is called Rec Room. So though there are many, but these three are my favorite. So I'm sure that there's not going to be one singular channel which is like the hub, like Oasis. There's nothing else but Oasis, but there will be competition. For example, right now we have Facebook, but we also have Instagram, right? We also have Twitter. We also have things like Clubhouse. So similarly, in virtual reality as well, we have many competitors. We are getting close. It's a graphical issue. We have to somehow shift all the computing to cloud to make it closer to OSS. So to be able to render these sort of high quality models in a headset, right? Right now, that's the only way. So we are also dependent on 5G technology. So after the 5G and the 6G technologies, the dream of OSS will come true for sure. Okay, so that is my explanation on OSs and virtual reality. So we are very close. You'll say we'll fix the 5G and 6G networks by 2025 for sure, and then you'll get your OSs or maybe something much better.
Yeah. Uh, so now the another question is what software you use to make VR and AR?
What software we use. There are two major platforms. These are not softwares. These are called game engines. And don't get afraid that you cannot do serious stuff with game engines. Believe me, I did. Have created softwares which are used by doctors to treat patients or to do surgeries on patients using these game engines. So these are very legitimate softwares, very accurate softwares. Um, these game engines are Unity and Unreal. These are the two most popular game engine platforms right now, which we use. And for 3D modeling, there are plenty of other platforms like there's Blender, Maya, Max. Super cool platforms are there for many years. So that is similar in the VR as well. But for programming, you use Unreal and Unity. So if you are for example program heavy person, if you understand programming better, I recommend you to start with Unity. If you for example are a design person or art person, or you have already used any art tool like Photoshop, Max, Maya, anything, Blender, then I recommend you to start with Unreal Engine.
Yeah. Uh, Another question, are there any universities that specifically teach XR?
Not right now, not in India specifically, but what I recall is in IIT Kharagpur there was a course started in IIT Madras as well. There was a course. Uh, I know about these, but University of Chicago there are several programs. In fact, I know them very close. Uh, uh, there are plenty of programs separately, but it's the same thing. You can also learn it from any by yourself as well. There are plenty of good creators, which I would recommend more than getting it into a university to learn this. I recommend three creators. These are my favorite creators, so I'm going to recommend them. One is obviously myself at XRDI. Second is Dinesh Punni. Dinesh Punni is a very good friend of mine, and he's living in UK and building amazing stuff. So if you have any queries related to HoloLens and how to do mixed reality, that Dinesh Punni is your guy. Learn from him. He also have his own platform. It's a commercial one, but he has good amount of tutorials for free as well. So take advantage of that. And the third one is Ritesh Kanji. Ritesh Kanji is another friend of mine who's living in South Africa, and he also has his own platform, and he also sold thousands and thousands of courses on Udemy for years, and now he has his own platform. So he's very good with augmented reality and how to blend AI with AR. So he is that kind of person, and he's a very generous person. He's very cool guy to learn with. So these three creators are sort of leading in this sector. So learn from them, and even the universities are asking us to create the courses for them, right? So there's no point going to them. If you enjoy, universities are there, but they are mostly for entertainment. If you want knowledge, everything is available for free. That is my opinion. So yeah.
Uh, Also, one guy asked, yeah, what are the prerequisites for learning and getting into XR?
There are no prerequisites. Specifically, I designed the course in such a way, the master class is designed in such a way that it eliminate the need of any prerequisites. So, in fact, I covered all the necessary points you need to understand before you dive into VR and AR. So that's exactly what I'm doing in the 4 videos where I'm talking about theories, that how to deal with that mindset of getting into that. So yeah, that is already covered, so you don't have to worry of that. Just dive into that XRDI masterclass, and yeah, I'll help you in that journey. If you get any queries, post that on our Discord or post that on our Facebook group. WhatsApp is not the good place to do that, but Facebook and Discord are the good place to post your queries regarding that. And community members are very, very helpful. With the community, I did a lot of things which I never thought possible without when I was not having this community.
Also, this question's popping up again. How can we start XR as a first year student? So I guess
Yeah.
your YouTube channel will
Yeah,
suffice
that
for
that
the
is the
starting.
best place to start. Again, I suggested Dinesh Punni and Ritesh Kanji. Also recommend them as well. There is also Dilmer Vesuvius. He's also a very good friend. In India, there is Parth Anand as well, who's doing good with augmented reality, and he's there. So yeah, there are plenty of resources. Ask me, I'll. And in fact, in the XRDI Discord, all the these resources are linked there as well. So all the channels and everything is there. So somebody said mic issue whenever we. Okay, cool.
So I plugged in the Discord link as well, so you can reach
So
Avi
somebody
there
said
too.
can't find Dinesh Puni and Ritesh Kanji on my YouTube. Actually, they are on my YouTube in the XR podcast session, but they have their own YouTube channels as well. So you can also recommend. I also recommend them on their own YouTube channel, so you can also figure out. Okay, so you can search their name on YouTube and it will find you.
Mm. Uh, Also, one guy asked, I guess hardware in XR is not ready yet, so I'm planning to focus more on software development in XR. What do you say?
Yeah, so hardware is very, very ready. So you have to be very updated with the current technology to get the context. I'm sure you have tried technologies like cardboard, VR, and everything, but that was the technology of 2014. So that is VR is exponential growing technology in terms of money as well as the resources as well as uh, the tech itself. Okay, the firmware, the hardware, everything is updating day by day. So right now you can, as I said, you can do pretty much everything available in everything you saw in you can say OSs with the existing hardwares. So right now there's a only less than a gaming laptop cost. Okay, there is a headset called Quest 2, which is state of the art device for using virtual reality. Less than $45,000. Sorry, 45,000 rupees. Okay, so if somebody is interested and if somebody can earn money with that 45,000 rupees, it makes sense for them to invest in that. I know a lot of people are can invest in, and I know people who cannot. So there are also EMI options and everything there. So you can, if you are earning with that, it's not expensive at all, right? So somebody shared link as well. Yeah, will help people. Yep. Yep, that's one. It's 42,000, right? 42,000. And in India Mart, you can get even cheaper, but I don't recommend that. Okay. Yep. So, yeah, you guys are very good audience. Any other question which is important?
So the next question is, will we need to wear that heavy set for VR XR? Will it be possible that these reality will be done on a simple headset, say for specs or glasses?
Yeah, in fact, I showed in the slide that the headset with by Geo, it's a very slim one, right? So there are many providers which are working on these slim headsets. Like in India itself, there is also Nemo Planet, which is a company working on a headset, which is seems very promising, and they are coming up with one. It's very lean. There is a China-based company called Nreal. They have a very good and lean headset. Geo is coming with a very smaller one, only 70 gram of weight. So yeah, it's changing. We are improving on that as well. We know the problem. We know the the sweatiness you get in those headsets. So we are working on it.
Hmm. Also, what do you think about Project Aria by Facebook Reality
Yeah,
Labs?
it's fascinating, isn't it? So if you know about Project Aria, you are awesome because you are keeping update to virtual reality and augmented reality, and I just love that. So whoever asked this question, a huge shout out to you. Uh, so yeah, Project Aria is basically Facebook's latest augmented reality or mixed reality projects. So right now they are studying how they can understand your hands better, and right now they are also understanding to uh, gain more uh, insights about the environment you are in, so that they can do a lot of predictive calculations. So for example, they need to understand for augmented reality you need, or mixed reality, you need to understand the kind of environment people are in to basically do any kind of task. I'll explain that why. I have explained that in very great detail in my sessions. So it is a very hard challenge of computer vision. You have to, if you have to understand, uh, if you for example have to do augmented reality, the very essence of augmented reality is first understanding what you're looking at, and then intelligently decide with the power of AI, decide that how you can make this more beautiful, or how you can make meaningful suggestions on top of this reality. So in the AI they are doing amazing work, and yeah, seems very promising to me as well.
Yeah, so I guess a lot of questions are done. So let me allow them to unmute. One guy wants to ask some
Yeah,
question.
sure.
Yeah,
If anyone wants to unmute and ask, they can, I guess, type the name and you can do.
yeah, yeah. Devi, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, Avi. My name is Divi.
Hi, Devi. How are you?
I'm good. I have to ask you some things.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So let me start. See, so like you are working in this VR and augmented reality field.
Hmm.
So the journey for everyone is different. Like some might start from game development in Unity or Unreal Engine 4. Some
Yeah.
might start with coding. Then they might get on to machine learning, neural networks, and AI, and so on. And like some might start with 3D modeling and other
Hmm.
things.
Yeah.
So I am basically learning so many skills right now. I'm a Photoshop artist and I also work with Adobe Illustrator and I do post
Hmm.
production work in video editing, motion
Awesome.
graphics, and a bit VFX. So I'm learning VFX right now.
So you are a
And I
complete
also,
package. Yeah.
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 So I'm just 16 and I'm trying to learn a lot of skills.
Hmm.
I'll
Very
learn
good.
many skills.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I'm
it is
also,
beautiful
so I
that
have
you
to
are
ask you
learning these
something.
skills. And now your question must be that how you can convert or contribute or build something in virtual reality or augmented reality.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like basically I'm also into startups. I know fundraising, equity, and a lot of things. So I like want to ask you, how can we provide services in virtual reality and augmented reality, and how can we like build some startup around it?
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So you are 16.
Yes, I'm in 11th.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's great to see a 16-year-old with this many talent, and I must congratulate to you. My suggestion to you is to start small. You can easily find clients, or even come to me, and we can collaborate, or we can provide you those sort of skills, uh, where you can basically pitch a lot of people or YouTubers who are interested in these augmented reality filters. So these augmented reality filters are very good for marketing stuff. So you can start small with that. You can sell these AR filters with small tickets, and when when you have the correct amount of portfolio with filters, you can deviate from that and build bigger services like providing 3D reconstructions of places, or maybe a 360 video shoot or something. Okay, so start small and then build on top of that. So I think when you will start small with, for example, AR filters,
Yeah,
you will get the whole pipeline. You will get the whole fundamental concepts of getting to a customer, talking and closing deals and everything, right? So you will get the process, and
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
replicate the
wanna like
same
ask one
process
more
in
thing.
bigger things. Yeah.
Yeah, like through VR and augmented reality, can you do something like this? Like you can create a computational presence of mind in the cloud or something. Is it possible? Will it
Yeah,
be possible in the near future?
yeah, it's possible, but you don't require VR or AR for that. Uh, you can where VR and AR for specifically visualization. So as I already suggested, that PwC report says that seeing is believing. So it is related to what you see, right? So you can still create a very higher level intelligence in cloud services or something, and that is exactly what Watson is, right? So Watson is an AI being which IBM is developing right now. So you can create that by AI. You don't require VR for that or AR for that. But when you want to give this AI a body, a visualization or a character or what we call avatar, so then you require these sort of technologies like VR, augmented reality, 3D modeling, so that you can give them a face, a mouth, or a visualization or something. Right? Yeah. I hope that answers.
Yeah, and I want to like tell you one more thing. Like I don't know you have heard of Sword Art Online or no. It's an anime and it has also like a game. SAO is like a game based on VR. And
So
it's like an advanced level game.
is it
So
an
will anything
interactive
like that be
anime?
possible in future?
Is it interactive anime or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
like an anime in which there's a VR based game. That's like
Yeah, it's
you are in
totally
a
true.
whole new reality where you can feel
Hmm.
different things to that game. That's like advanced, so advanced technology.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch something called Johnny Quest. Okay, in which they used to wear these VR headset and go to these places. I believe I think missing up references because it was very old story. But yeah, please recommend me this new thing, whatever you are suggesting. So I'll definitely watch it. I have no idea right now about
And
that.
I have to like ask you one more thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's quantum computing. Like it's not completely developed right now. Scientists are still working on it. And if we
Hmm.
would achieve high level quantum computing, it is said that like AI will advance a lot and cyber security will improve. Messages can be sent with higher encryptions, and our technology will improve a lot in general. As the information would be processed in qubits.
Hmm.
I hope you know that, right? So will it help in AR and the VR field as well?
Of course, for sure, it will quantum computing will help in virtual reality because it will basically help you. For example, if I talk about uh, uh, quantum computing is basically everything to do with randomness and basically just like that. So whenever there is billions of probability involved in something, classical computing fails, right? Classical computing needs to do it in step by step, and it will take tons of time to solve these sort of problems where tons of probabilities are there. So okay, so AI and quantum computing, and there is also called quantum machine learning, quantum computers, quantum AI is being developed. I hosted Sabyasachi Mukhopadhyay, who's a specialist of this subject. There's a podcast there about quantum computing and machine learning, quantum machine learning. So yeah, to talk about that, the biggest problem with quantum computer right now is it's in very early stage. And why it's early stage? It's not a scientific problem. It is basically a physics problem.
Yeah,
And
like it cannot last for a long time. It
no,
dissolves,
it can.
something like that.
No. The
Yeah.
the problem is right now quantum computing requires a very cold temperature. So if I try to
Yeah. Exactly. Cold temperature. I was
yeah,
just about to say that.
let me share my screen. Okay, so let me show you. It is a very interesting subject, and I am glad that you bring it. Okay, so if I
And one more thing, like last thing, can I tell you about?
yeah, please.
I'm also into finance, I've done paper trading and I'm now beginning to invest in the real market. I've experience with US and Indian markets, both of them. And I also know digital marketing.
Hmm.
I'll start like drop shipping and drop servicing too at some point. And I've deep knowledge of investing in real estate and the stock market in general. And I possess a lot of cybersecurity skills. Basically, there was this one thing. I've read 2 books on hacking cars.
Hmm.
So I successfully hacked a car in a simulation, a real car simulation that was made by a former car hacker. And I
Okay.
also know web application security analysis and network security. I know all of it.
So I'll come to that as well. But there's a quantum computer called ABMQ, and you can basically access that quantum computer from your house as well through the power of internet. So you can schedule your jobs. They will allocate a time that when the job will get scheduled. Okay, so this is IBMQ looks like. Okay, it's basically like looks like a tube, but if you open that tube, it's actually this architecture, something like this. Okay, so in this architecture, even the whole chandelier thing, this is actually the cooling mechanism. It has nothing to do with computing power. Okay, so it's being used to cool down this. There must be a quantum chip as well. Okay, so beneath this whole chandelier there is this small chip. Okay, so this is the quantum chip actually, and there are only limited amount of qubits which you can put in there. Okay, so the biggest problem is keeping it to a temperature of very low temperature. It's around 2 or 3 Kelvin. So it's very hard to get. So you require because there's a physical phenomena called superconductivity, which only appears with very uh, low temperature objects, and which we need for quantum computer to exist. So yeah, that is a problem. When we'll fix it,
Absolute zero is also not possible, right?
yeah, it is possible for sure. Uh, so if anyone else would love to ask anything, because we are right now deviating from topics. So yeah,
Hi, this is Dheeraj here.
hi Dheeraj.
I'm into autonomous driving. Like how this VR field affects this autonomous driving. We have any scope in this field?
Of course, you have. What cannot be blended with VR? Answer is everything. Okay, so for example, if you are in autonomous driving, it's I'm going to give you a startup idea. So what you can do is basically you can start. For example, RTO takes a lot of test, right? RTO takes a lot of driving vehicle test. Uh, and there is a risk involved because people who are very beginner are trying to give this test on real cars. So you can simulate that with virtual reality, and people can do these sort of tests in VR simulator, which will be very cost effective. For example, if the whole simulator could be constructed in a cost of a car, but it will be risk savvy, so there will be not risk no risk involved. And there are plenty of things you can do, like uh, yeah, a lot of people are doing that. So you can find ways to blend if you have something unique concept as well. For example, in autonomous driving, VR is an important part because you somehow simulate you train the models on the existing simulations as itself. So first you train them with existing simulations, then you also train them with existing videos of for example street views and everything. uh, then you finally put your car into the field. So it's a long process, and virtual reality can be involved in that process itself as well, but there are plenty other solutions as well which you can focus.
I have an idea on autonomous driving. Like I want to operate a real vehicle in the real world using a virtual reality. Is that possible?
Yeah, it is totally possible, but latency is the biggest issue, so it is very risky because of the latency. Okay, so uh, I'm right now working on a similar solution, but I cannot talk much about that, but it is very similar to what I'm right now working on. But latency is the
Oh,
hardest problem. So even a latency of uh, a few microseconds could be very problematic. So a few millisecond latency, there is, even with 5G we have average latency of 10 milliseconds. So we have to deal with that, and the whole system itself has its own latency. For example, the driver has a response latency, then the system has a network latency, then we have a computational latency. So these all add up to a bigger number, which is problematic in real scenarios. But if you can blend it with automation itself, that since the response is not there, a computer could also take over to the driving patterns or something. So that could be, yeah, something. But why you want to do that? If yeah,
No,
okay.
actually, I am working with Robert Bosch in Germany. Right now, I'm in Germany. So
Hmm.
I work for computer vision and road detection. Actually, I am working on traffic light detection right now. So this VR helps in detecting the road lane markings and traffic lights which we see with the sensors of the autonomous car.
So VR will not help in that, but generative models, the generative AI can construct immense amount of possibilities of scenarios, which will help you to train your entire system better. So yeah, you can even the early systems were also trained on games, so they made their AI play the card of a game for a longer period of time. Even I think I know there is a YouTube stream which is being constantly running, in which an AI is learning to drive and learning on a video game, and that stream is constantly running. So I cannot recall the name of the stream, but I know it exists. So yeah,
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah,
I hope that answers.
yeah. It's fine. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Do we have anyone else?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, hello, Avi.
Yeah, hi Vishwajit in here. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
me and my friend, we are working on a cardboard VR app.
Okay.
It is basically a app in which people can watch their movies and shows in a virtual environment,
Hmm.
like a virtual cinema, like big screen VR on cardboard VR.
Yes, yes. So,
So,
big
what
screen
do
in
you
a
think
cardboard VR.
about
Yes.
that?
So,
Can you suggest me some good
yeah,
practices?
yeah, it's a beautiful concept, and a lot of people are building it, and a lot of people are building it for educational content. So, though a lot of apps exist, like apps like Within and so many more, uh, a lot of them exist, but it is still a profitable uh, business to build it around a niche. So, for example, you can choose your specific niche and target that content more. So nobody can target everything. Somebody, you have to go with the niche. So, for example, there are plenty of YouTube channels still earning because they are following some sort of niche. They are talking about maybe virtual reality. They are talking about something Python or something one's expect. So when it's not about the platform. Platform is already there. You need to find the content niche for your platform to build, get it profitable.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, and it's a good idea. So yeah, it's surely a good idea. But again, cardboard is going to be absolute. It is absolute from the perspective of developers, because Google has stopped producing the newer SDKs for cardboard. So I don't recommend building stuff on cardboard for long. But still, it works for right now. So you
No,
can.
I think Google is developing that cardboard XR plugin now.
Yeah, I'm sure they are thinking about something to transform that. But yeah, you can
They,
definitely
they
try.
are,
Yeah, since the
yeah,
headsets
they
are
are.
getting cheaper, the mobile headsets are getting obsolete. So I think experiencing virtual reality on
But
mobile is.
but what do you think? What do you think? How much time will it take in India for people to buy that $30,000 or $40,000 VR headset?
These are not 30,000 or $40,000. These are 30,000 or 40,000
Oh,
rupees now.
sorry.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it will happen. It will happen pretty soon, and Even Jio is coming up with something which will happen pretty soon. And the reason people will buy is not the cost of the headset or something. People will buy it because all the environments what they are aware of, for example Netflix, for example a lot of them like Microsoft Azure and meeting tools like Zoom, all this will get shifted towards that. You didn't purchase your mobile just because just because you need to make calls. You were making calls on you can say telephone landlines for huge amount of
Yeah.
time, right? So since all these other things which you can do on that, when the whole bundle of that will be there, and you can get more value than just playing games from that. It is still valuable to buy, but if when people will realize, okay, this much they can do, they can talk to somebody in person who's sitting there in Germany or UK, so they can definitely will find value in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you very much,
any
Avi, for your
Thank you,
answers.
man.
okay. So yeah, any more questions or we can wrap this up?
Hello,
Yep, go ahead.
hello,
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes,
hello, sir.
yes, ma'am. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello,
Can you guys hear me?
hello, Avi. I am from AIDS. Uh, uh, what a startup plan for me.
You are from AI and DS background. So what are the
Yes, yes.
acha, how do you
Startup plan for me.
start a plan for you? So I cannot give you a starter plan. Find a problem and then become passionate about solving that problem because then you can only find it profitable or find it worthy enough to spend a lot of money in it. So
Hello,
it yeah.
hello.
Yeah, Chinmay, I can hear you.
Ji sir.
Yeah, so it's a
Hello.
common misconception that uh, using building a startup is the only way to earn big money or something, but there are plenty of other ways too. So you build
Hello.
a startup only when you find a big problem to solve, and then you just work on solving that. So that is the correct way to uh, solving a problem or building a startup around it. So it's better that you don't ask how to what ideas to choose, because choose it from your own experiences. It will help you in longer run, otherwise you'll lose a lot of money. Yeah, Chinmay, please.
Hello. सर नमस्ते.
नमस्ते भाई, कैसे हो?
सर अच्छे हूँ सर. सर मैं अभी सर 12 ड्रॉप आउट हूँ सर.
12 ड्रॉप आउट हो आप? हाँ.
हाँ सर, मैं सर कोडिंग के फील्ड में जाना चाहता हूँ. मुझे फर्स्ट क्या करना चाहिए?
तुम्हें सी प्लस प्लस के साथ स्टार्ट करना चाहिए. आई एम गिविंग यू हार्ड बाउंड्री, क्योंकि
हाँ सर.
तुम ऐसे खुद एक्सप्लोर करने को बोलूंगा तो शायद हो सकता है तुम ढूंढते रह जाओ वेयर टू गो वेयर टू गो.
हाँ हाँ.
Start with any one language and then you will find adopting to next language very easy, right? So
फर्स्ट को कौन सी लैंग्वेज चूज
सी
करूँ?
प्लस प्लस
सी
के
प्लस
साथ
प्लस या जावा या पाइथन?
सी प्लस प्लस के साथ आप स्टार्ट कर दो. जावा भी बहुत अच्छी है, जावा के साथ भी आप प्रैक्टिकल चीजें बिल्ड कर सकते हो, तो जावा भी अच्छा है. बट सी प्लस प्लस भी आपको काफी चीजें बिल्ड करने में हेल्प करेगी. आपको बेसिक
हाँ
फंडामेंटल जो प्रोग्रामिंग के हैं, जो ऊप्स कॉन्सेप्ट्स वगैरह हैं, उसका आपको आइडिया लग जाएगा. अगर आपको और स्केलेबल
जी
करना है
सर.
इसे, तो डिजाइन पैटर्न्स वगैरह भी आप समझ सकते हो बहुत
जी
अच्छे से.
सर. जी सर. जी सर.
और थोड़ा नेटवर्क कम्युनिकेशन एंड नेटवर्किंग के थ्रू भी कैसे नेटवर्क सिस्टम्स बिल्ड करे जाते हैं, इस पे भी
हाँ
आप
हाँ
थोड़ा
हाँ.
समय इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो. कैसे पोर्ट्स वगैरह, प्रोटोकॉल्स क्या है, टीसीपी आईपी वगैरह कैसे काम करता है, इन सब के अराउंड भी आप
हाँ हाँ.
थोड़ा नॉलेज गेन कर सकते हो.
हाँ हाँ. सर उसका फ्यूचर क्या है कोडिंग में? फ्यूचर?
यार कोडिंग का किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म का कोई फ्यूचर नहीं होता है. तो फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू हैव गुड अमाउंट ऑफ स्किल, यू कैन स्केल इट टू
हाँ हाँ.
इन्फिनिटी. अगर आप बहुत अच्छा जूता बनाना जानते हो, तो आप वो जूता बनाते रह के करोड़ों कमा सकते हो. सो इट्स नॉट लाइक कि
सर जी
अगर
सर.
किसी
ये
इंडस्ट्री
तो
का बहुत
पॉसिबल है.
बड़ा फ्यूचर होगा तभी मैं कुछ अर्न कर पाऊंगा. तो इफ यू आर नॉट
हाँ हाँ.
पैशनेट अबाउट कोडिंग, इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी टू कोड. Don't code if you are not
हम्म,
passionate about it. डोंट टॉर्चर योरसेल्फ, फाइंड फाइंड समथिंग।
पैशनेट हूँ।
हाँ, तो फिर आप जरूर करो, कोड करो। एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स विद योर कोडिंग, ट्राई टू सॉल्व, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप सी प्लस प्लस कर रहे हो ना, तो ट्राई टू सॉल्व कि आप सी प्लस प्लस पे कैलकुलेटर कैसे बनाते हो, या जावा का उठा लो, जावा पे आप कैलकुलेटर कैसे बनाओगे, या एप्लीकेशंस कैसे बनाओगे, सिंपल एप्लीकेशन, बहुत सिंपल से स्टार्ट करना, दैट हाउ दिस थिंग
जी
इज
सर,
बिल्ट।
जी सर।
एंड
सर उसके लिए क्या मैं कोड सेप में ज्वाइन करूँ या सी स्टार कोडर?
क्या?
हेलो
जी
सर, मैं क्या ऑनलाइन क्या जो सी स्टार कोडर है, कोड सेप है, उसके साथ
नहीं,
पढ़ूं या क्या करूं?
आई थिंक अगर तुम स्टार्ट कर रहे हो, देखो यार, पेड कोर्सेज उन लोगों के लिए नहीं होते हैं जो एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? अगर तुम एक्सप्लोर
हाँ
कर रहे हो तो तुम्हारे लिए पेड कोर्स नहीं है, तुम्हारे पास टाइम की कमी नहीं है। सो पेड कोर्सेज उन लोगों के लिए होते हैं ज्यादातर जो ऑलरेडी किसी जॉब वगैरह में जो टाइम डेडिकेट नहीं कर सकते सीखने को, राइट? वो चाहते हैं कि हमें एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड कंटेंट मिल जाए, और आजकल तो बहुत अच्छे यूट्यूबर्स हैं जो स्ट्रक्चर कंटेंट पूरी सीरीज बना दे रहे हैं। सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल देर आर
हाँ।
सिंपली लर्न एंड सो मेनी अदर चैनल्स, जहाँ पे जाके तुम्हें पूरा का पूरा क्रैश कोर्स मिल जाता है, किसी एक 10-10 घंटे के वीडियो होते हैं जिसमें तुम पूरी लैंग्वेज को
हम्म,
कंप्लीटली कवर कर सकते हो, ठीक है? तो
हम्म।
थिंक इट इन दैट वे,
उसका
जस्ट
प्रैक्टिस करना होता तो?
गूगल करो एंड स्टार्ट एक्सप्लोरिंग विद द बेस्ट रिसोर्सेज यू फाइंड फर्स्ट। 4 लिंक 10 लिंक एक साथ खोल लो, सबको एक्सप्लोर कर दो।
क्या उसके लिए एक लैपटॉप होना चाहिए?
बिल्कुल होना चाहिए। अगर आप कोडिंग में आ रहे हो तो आप बिना लैपटॉप के मत आओ, आप फोन पे कोड नहीं कर
हाँ।
सकते।
और सर प्रोग्रामिंग के लिए?
कोडिंग एंड प्रोग्रामिंग इज द सेम थिंग, इजंट इट?
जी सर, जी सर, जी सर। ओके सर।
थैंक यू दोस्त।
Hello, Mr. Ravi.
यस, या, कैन
I'm
यू
myself. I'm Shiva.
call your name, Shiva? Cannot see
Yes,
you
yes, ma'am.
on screen one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Shiva, tell me.
I'm just Shiva. Actually, I'm just studying in my 12th, and in this lockdown, I happened to research about this AR thing, and it even got interested about this Google Lens and everything.
Hmm.
I have made a small prototype about this and been researching about this for a few months.
Hmm.
But I'm failing in finding the proper resources to make it happen. Like I made this type of prototype, and I actually designed it in Autodesk, like in Fusion 360.
Hmm.
But the thing is, I actually wanted to make a startup, which actually mean. And can we like explain about our startups here?
Hmm. So
There is this app.
startup
Yeah.
आप स्टार्ट करना चाह रहे हो, आपका आइडिया क्या है AR के अराउंड?
Actually, it's nothing but usually while we play these games like Warzone and everything, we'll be having this when an airdrop falls somewhere, we'll be having this kind of flare kind of thing, right?
Hmm.
Um, and these glasses, which we actually like have them on our head, it will actually project a small screen into the glass so that we can actually navigate to a point. Like usually we're having this delivery guys, right?
Hmm.
There will be app which will be installed in the delivery guy's phone, and that app will be connected to our lens, like to the glasses. When someone drops out a point where he had to navigate, usually people find it hard to check their phones all the time and drive at the same time, right? So that it makes a person to get into ease so that he can see through his
Hmm.
glasses and
So
go to his
even
destination.
I know a person who's working on augmented reality helmets. So yeah, I guess that is the kind of direction you want to get in. So she's also working. Her name is Nancy Ahuja. So she's also working on these sort of elements, which you can basically use for navigation while you are driving. So yeah.
And actually, I'm going to like I have collaborated with my brother who's
Hmm.
uh, entrepreneur too. He has this L'Oreal Enterprises thing, and now he's starting one more app which is called Vishwamitra, which provides food to the needy people. Like it takes food from the nearby restaurants, which will be left. The leftover food will be collected by the people who install the app, and they'll give it to the uh, people in need. Actually, there will be this delivery guys, right? They'll be helping this process.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
we are actually.
definitely makes sense. If you can solve a problem, add a value, as you said, कि बार बार delivery guy को वो check करना पड़ता है, तो उस केस में ये एक बड़ी problem है. I agree. And if you can solve this with your creative, innovative way, then it would be really valuable. So you can also collaborate with me on the end of various ways. You can collaborate with me as well. Connect with me. चाहे आप मेल पे कनेक्ट करो, चाहे आप डिस्कॉर्ड पे कनेक्ट करो, चाहे व्हाट्सएप पे. So yeah, we'll try to help you there as well if you have
I
something really
joined
good.
into this, yes, I actually joined into this meeting after knowing this like about this AR thing, so that I'm pretty much interested into this. So I
Yeah.
joined here,
Yep.
and that you made an offer here, like collaboration thing. I'm really happy about it.
Surely we'll do. Definitely.
Thank you, sir.
We'll listen to you, and if we can help, we'll definitely do it.
Can I have your email, please?
Yeah, मैं स्लाइड्स में ईमेल है, आप स्लाइड से चेक कर सकते हो, अदरवाइज मैं चैट पे भी लिख दे रहा हूँ.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, I've sent it. It's not in the meeting. I don't know what. Not sent to everyone, right? Okay. Now it's sent to everyone. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'll be mailing you some kind of my design modules to you, so that
Surely.
I'd like to make this happen.
Surely, dost.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, are we done with questions?
Yeah, I guess so. I think we can wrap this up now. We had a pretty great discussion overall. The Q&A part was pretty interesting, and the whole roadmap in the beginning was pretty insightful. Yep.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun questions. So thanks for being here, and you all were a great audience. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Cleanify, for hosting me. And yeah, we'll definitely help you if you guys require any future collaboration or if you, any future help. Just reach out to me or reach out to my community, and people are really helpful and they'll definitely guide you in the best way possible.
Yeah, sure. The link is in the chat as well for the community and for the session slide. Guess we'll end this then. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for being on the